What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, I want to give a shout out to two of my subscribers for showing love to the channel. Number one, I want to give a shout out to Aram for his contributions, a little bit belated, but I saw that you showed love to me on the PayPal. Um, you know what I'm saying? I would love to talk basketball with you. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a big lover of old school NBA, you know, in particular the 70s, 80s, and much of the 1990s. I know it's like a sweet spot area for most guys. The way that the game was played, it was a lot more preferable to what we see today. Maybe it's a generational thing, but a lot of people gravitate toward that style of play. Older people. Also, want to give a shout out to Melvin for his contribution to the channel. I saw your contribution late last night, I think it was, and I want to thank you for showing love. He's also another freaking contributor to Too Raw for TV, and I want to thank everybody that shows love to this channel. I want to thank everybody that signed up to the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So thank all you guys, man. So there's something else I was thinking about, man. In addition to the media acting like Andre Drummond is the next incarnation of Patrick Ewing, or maybe even more so, like Elijah one or something. This is something else that has to be brought up. And this is a criticism of the media. And this is how the media can manipulate people easily. You know what I'm saying? Easily. Unless you're a person that can detach yourself from the bullshit and observe shit for what it is. Now, these media, right, who are praising Andre Drummond as that missing key component, and they're praising his defensive ability, which I think is overrated and overstated. They're making him sound like he's Ben Wallace when he is not. And they're praising his rebounding, which is tremendous. Now, that's one thing about him that I cannot contest. And Drummond is an improved scorer. He can give you 17 to, you know, uh, maybe 20 points per game in certain situations, although I doubt that he's going to be scoring like that playing with LeBron and AD. You know what I'm saying? He's not playing on a bad Cavaliers team or a mediocre or bad Detroit Pistons team anymore, where he could, be the first or second option and still only scoring 17, 18 points a night. Now, that's not his primary focus. His focus is going to be rebounding and some type of interior presence. But this is the problem I have. The way that they're touting him as this missing championship piece, right? This missing component. Weren't these the same motherfuckers that was telling you guys 2, 3 years ago that Andre Drummond was a dinosaur? Players like him were extinct. Players like him were, not really even desirable or effective in today's game. Remember? Players like him and DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard, the game has passed them by. Look, well, I mean, I love the brother. I love the brother, DeAndre. Or what his name is, Andre Drummond. I love the brother. He's a hard worker, great rebounder. But this ain't 1999. There's some new boys out here. You know what I'm saying? There's some new boys out here. You got Jokic. This guy can pass better than probably any big man we've ever seen before. He can hit from three. You got the brother, Joel Embiid. This guy, he could do it all. He could be killing Drummond. He can shoot from the outside. I mean, Drummond, he's great, but he's basic. He's basic. Now all of a sudden, Andre Drummond, he's just Just what the Lakers need, man. You know, last year with JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard with their interior presence of rebounding and blah, 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 blah. And he, you know, he still has pride. He's only 27 years old. Those guys are in their 30s. He's 27 years old. So he's going to give you even more. And da, 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 da. And all these guys, you know, all of a sudden now, Andre Drummond is this burgeoning superstar on the horizon. And that's what we talk about when we say narratives. Remember when Blake Griffin was announced that he's going to sign with the Nets? And don't get me wrong, people who can't follow, I don't like what they're doing either. But in some ways, if you're Kevin Durant, you're saying fuck the media. Because you guys are always shitting on me and you have one level expectation for me, but then other guys, they get to stack the deck. So he's saying fuck them. So on that level, I kind of understand what he's doing. Even though I still don't like the shit. But Blake Griffin, when he joined, he's, you know, the media will tell you he's done. And he's not the guy he was before. But he's totally done. He can't dunk anymore. You know, he's just a name. Um, you know, without his athleticism, he's garbage, blah, 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 blah. LaMarcus Aldridge, you know, they make it seem like like the Nets just signed fucking Moses Malone or some shit. 1983 version. You feel me? Like Aldridge at this point in his career is a really good component. He's not a centerpiece of anything, right? But they make it seem like the Nets have 5 Hall of Famers on their team. Don't get them wrong, they are stacking the deck, but they make it seem like they have this unbelievable team. But it's the same media that was cheerleading when they thought that Kawhi Leonard was joining LA, and the same media that was cheerleading when they thought that Giannis was going to go play with LeBron and AD. That's the bias. And that's why Kevin Durant said that the media is toxic. Now watch somebody listen to this video and they think that I'm hating on LeBron. This video has nothing to do with fucking LeBron James. I'm talking about the media. Oh, but you saying the media, nigga, but you really want to hate on the nigga LeBron, nigga. The Jackie Robinson of basketball. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all about that shit. I was on the Brother LB platform last week, and I don't know, man, some misguided but well-intentioned 15-year-old said that LeBron is really a king. He is the king. And because he didn't like the fact that we were criticizing LeBron basketball-wise. And he said that LeBron James is the Jackie Robinson of basketball. This is where it comes down to. The Jackie Robinson of basketball. Never mind guys like what's his name, Earl Lloyd, or Sweetwater Clifton, guys that only signed on to teams out of societal pressure. The NBA saw what MLB was doing, so they just signed some black players. Meanwhile, in practice, these black players was kicking the white players' asses. But because of pressure and because of the fact that team owners thought that the white fans, almost all white fans, or all white fans, didn't want to see black stars. So the black players didn't get any shine. The first real black star, if you want to use that expression, the first real black star might be Bill Russell. Bill Russell, Maurice Stokes. They're the real first black players I can think of that were stars, that really got opportunities to shine. But then Wilt was the first one that really put a middle finger to everybody. And Wilt paid a very, very valuable price for dominating like that. Because he was embarrassing the fucking league. But back to Andre Drummond. I don't want to come across as a Drummond hater. Because when everybody was shitting on Andre Drummond, calling him basic, I said that Andre Drummond back in the 90s would be considered a really good center. Really, real. I see him as an upgrade over Jason Williams. Not the point guard, but the one that played with the New Jersey Nets, Philadelphia 76ers. I think his career ended when he fractured his leg in practice in 99. Um, Led the NBA in offensive rebounding in 98. Second in overall rebounding in 98 to Dennis Rodman, if memory serves me correctly. The one that unfortunately blew away a limo driver. That one. Um, I see him as being better than him, you know. And I think Jason Williams was a guy that was putting up like, and this is back in the late 90s though, he was putting up like maybe 13 and 13, maybe 13 points and 13 or 14 rebounds a game. So, yeah, I see him in that realm. But as far as what Laker fans are expecting, this guy that's going to be this huge defensive Matumbo, Ben Wallace like defensive stopper, a guy that could give you like even Lakers era Chamberlain 18 to 20 a game. I don't see that. I see a guy that's going to be used mostly for rebounding. When LeBron and AD come back, rebounding, lobs, putbacks. You know, because like I said in my other video, I can't think of a player like him that has coexisted with LeBron and thrive. AD is more of a high post big man, and he faces up a lot. And last year, LeBron played point guard. This year, he's back to his small forward position. And when I think about it, for LeBron to thrive, most big men have had to kind of alter how they play. Like Zajunas Ilgauskas, for example, like I said before, Zajunas Ilgauskas was like, what, 16.9, 10 rebound per game guy. Mostly played in the post, could shoot a jump, shoot from about the foul line or so, maybe 12, 13, 14 feet out. But as he got older and as he played with LeBron James, he began to play more in the high post. And really, he started becoming more of a stretch guy. Remember, by the time he was with the Heat, before he retired, he was shooting threes. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't recall a guy playing with LeBron that's always sort of stayed in the post all the time. Drummond, that's why I don't think Drummond's going to score a lot. He's going to have to clear out for LeBron to be able to do what he does. But right now, I think Drummond's going to do pretty good because he's not playing with those guys. Right now, he's going to be good. But I just hope that he doesn't become the fall guy if the Lakers struggle. God forbid if the Lakers play somebody like, just thinking off the top of my head, God forbid if they play somebody like, really I'm thinking of Eastern Conference teams. But if Drummond struggles offensively in any of these series, I just don't want to hear Laker Nation put any blame on him because I already told you, and we told you, tamper down your expectations. Don't expect Andre, you know, uh, Drummond. Don't expect Andre Abdul-Jabbar Chamberlain Ewan the second. That's not what he is. He's a serviceable big man who, on a rebounding tip, is in a historic level. Like he's up there. He's up there. Like when it comes to rebounding, if he leads the league in rebounding one more time, I think he'll be up there with like Wilt and Rodman, Moses, like those guys. As far as number of times leading the league in rebound, then you have to put him up there historically. But other than the rebounding, I just don't see where he's that impactful. Like, and I'm going on and on here, man, but I'm just trying to give you guys what I'm trying to insinuate. I mean, what I'm trying to emphasize here. Ben Wallace was not a great scorer. You know, what he usually gave you like 5, 6, 7 points a game, maybe. He was not a great scorer. But his defensive impact, especially back in that era, could largely be felt on teams. Remember, he was on. I think he was on the Orlando Magic team in '99 when Doc Rivers won Coach of the Year. He went to Detroit, and remember Jerry Stackhouse was there, averaging before that. Jerry Stackhouse was there, averaging almost 30 points a game for Detroit, and they were going nowhere. Empty calorie points. Ben Wallace comes there, changes the whole dynamic of that team. He's not the best player. Their best player was probably Rasheed Wallace, maybe. Their best scorer might have been Rip Hamilton. Their leader on the outside seemed to be Chauncey Billups. He's the one that ran he was the point guard. He was the de facto leader. But the anchor of that team was Ben Wallace, and they changed the identity. He changed the identity of that team to be a defensive orientated team. Everybody played defense. Even guys that weren't known for playing defense before became elite defenders, like Tayshaun Prince. Much of it due to the fact that Ben Wallace was the leader of the team. And that's what I'm trying to say. Andre Drummond has never proven that he's a leader. And I might be wrong, but we will see. But tell me what you guys think.